This is about 8 years ago. I was posted in the pediatrics ward in Aiims, New Delhi, and it is one of the best care you can get as an Indian in India. Our pediatrics department is really great. So when you think about pediatrics department, you will think that children are laughing and they're crying because of injections and so on and so forth. I also had similar expectations from that posting. But then suddenly at one day there was one patient, and I went next to her. I'll not name her. So she was around 6 years old, and when I read her file, so there used to be a file which was hanging from the bed of the patient. So I saw that she unfortunately has what is called as acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL. Commonly people call it blood cancer. And she was just 6 years old, and every day she had a lot of these piercing marks on her body, because every day people used to take blood samples from her. And most of the children, when they get vaccinated or when they get injections, they cry. She was absolutely immune to the pain, and she was taking chemotherapy for last 1 to 2 years, and she had to go through a bone marrow sample just for the diagnostic purposes. And I still remember very clearly that her mother was sitting next to her, and she was given a 30% chance of survival. Like, I'm choking up right now just to think about that. Like, it's been 8 years ago. She was given a 30% chance of survival, and she was the one who was consoling her mother ki mama, koi baat nahi, it will be all right, don't worry, I'll come out of it, doctors are trying their best. And her mother is crying incessantly, and the daughter is actually consoling the mother. And I also went teary eye. Usually I don't cry, but I also became a teary eye. I gave her a chocolate, what I could at that point of time. I couldn't help her much. And she was studying for her schools. Now there's a girl who doesn't know whether she'll survive after 6 months or not. She's 6 years old, maybe 7 years old, about to turn. She's consoling her mother. She's getting an injection done. She's absolutely immune to the pain. She doesn't care about that, because that is what she has been going through in her little life for last 2 years. She's been going through on and off chemotherapy sessions. She doesn't know whether she'll be alive after 6 months or 12 months or 1 year or 2 years. Her 5-year survival rate probability was 30%. There is 7 in 10 chance that she was not alive after 5 years. What I'm trying to tell you from this story is that, would you change your place? Like, if I give you a dream or a wish, would you change your current situation with that child? 99.9999% of you will not swap the places with her. When you don't know whether you will survive after 6 months or 12 months, and you're 6 years old, you've not seen life. This is the only life you know of medicines, of pain, of trauma, of chemotherapies and chemicals and poison running through your veins to kill your own cells. From that point onwards, I have made up my mind. I will never complain. I will never criticize or crib or do any sort of activity where I'll say, I'm in such a dire scenario that there is no way out of it. I said, that is not a dire scenario, my friends, where you are right now. And trust me when I tell you that mother, you can't be that mother, or that child will not swap your places even for 1 second with them. So you are relatively very, very lucky. You are just facing some obstacles, some problems, and that can be solved.